Alright everyone, so this episode right here, I will say, I don't want to overhype it. I don't want to say it's going to be an episode to remember in the Black Clover series, but definitely this is an episode that I was waiting for a while, and a lot of people, and I was just happy all the way through. But enough of that. Let's get into the episode right here. What's up, guys? It is Flame, and welcome everyone to Black Clover episode 10's review right here. We last left off, of course, of Asta, Magna, and Noelle going to the village, seeing the villagers like attacked. They were all hurt. We saw, of course, the mayor. He was bleeding. We thought he was like dead or passed out. And we see, of course, the ice dudes attacking the village because they're looking for this magic stone. And then last episode, we had like this little fight between them, and then of course a cut after Noelle showing her ability that she can make this water shield to help people around her. Continue off with that, you know, we see Noelle making her water shield. It's like her first magic ability, or the start of her controlling her magic. Of course, you know, Heath, that's what the guy's name is. Heath is the one throwing the ice shards at the people that could instantly kill them if they land on them. And of course, you know, Noelle's shield is protecting them. We can see a little like character development from her, saying like, wow, I could actually control my first magic ability right here. And it's kind of cool, man. You know, it's like this water dragon shield that's like big, it's all around, and it looks pretty badass as well. And we see them, you know, go on the attack. You know, we kind of see them, you know, playing the defensive stuff. But now since Noelle has something to protect the villagers, you know, since like that's their job, they don't want anyone to die, they could finally go on the attack. So we see Asta going straight for Heath right here, and this is a pretty badass moment right here, man. He's so sick and tired of this. He knows that they don't have a lot of time, that they need to stop these guys soon. So we see him charging out of the shield and just bam, sword right in the gut. We see Heath bleeding, and it's kind of a troublesome stuff for Asta, because Heath laid, you know, some ice stuff around that if anyone goes out of the shield, if they step on it, you know, he'll turn them into ice. And we see like Heath's comeback towards Asta, stabbing him in the stomach with the sword. He stabs Asta with his ice shards, and then we see that kind of just like the fight go back and forth between them. And then we see Magna step in right here. He uses one final ability to, you know, go against Heath and then the rest of the ice dudes, because, you know, he wasted all of his magic, you know, on the crazy cyclone to Asta and Noelle to come to this village. So he does this one last move, which is pretty cool, man. We see like more of, you know, Magna's abilities that we get to see. It's like kind of like this soul ball flame that it's pretty cool. It's not just one attack. We see multiple attacks go through it if it hits the target. So, you know, he comes out of the shield like all like fiery and all that stuff. He throws this ball right to Heath. He dodges it. He's like, you're weak. You're gonna die now in 30 seconds. But a cool thing that we get to see right here, I'm pretty sure it was in episode 6 of, you know, Magna training Asta to become a black bull. You know, him throwing the fast fireball and Asta reflecting on it. It was kind of a predictable thing if, you know, we saw this coming. Like, I knew it was coming, but of course, you know, Heath and the rest of the ice dudes didn't. And we see Asta reflect the fireballs right at Heath right here to the ice dudes, and it gets them. It's a pretty cool tactic. It was really smart of them to do. But what I meant about like more attacks that, you know, Magna shot within the fireball is if it hits them afterwards, it kind of imprisons them so they can't use their magical abilities, which is a pretty damn cool move. You know, it's like, you know, his last attack looks like it's going to be, you know, one final attack, but in other than that, you know, it's actually 2 attacks in one. You know, if it hits the target afterwards, it could trap them and they can't use their magic abilities. So I feel it's a pretty cool ability for Magna to have, especially in missions in times like this. And then afterwards, we see Heath and the rest of the ice dudes get imprisoned. We see Asta, you know, kind of faint because he wasted, you know, all of his power, you know, going towards beating these guys. He kind of passes out, he sleeps, kind of, you know, a funny moment right there. The villagers are safe. You know, Noelle actually saves Magna at the point when he reaches his fire ability, and then the shield goes down. Kind of another funny moment of Noelle still needing to control her magic, but it's still pretty cool that we get to see a little bit of Noelle and her character development, you know, making that shield and protecting the villagers. When that's all done, you know, Magna is, you know, questioning, you know, the guys, why are they here, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. And it's a pretty weird moment here. I don't really want to say weird, but definitely these guys were loyal to somebody right here. You know, when they're captured, they have like an ice ability where if they get captured or go into questioning or anything like that, they have to kill themselves. And that's what we see, you know, Heath and the other two dudes do, is they have like this ice ability inside their bodies that if they get captured or whatever, and go into interrogation, instead of doing that, they'll just kill themselves. So they go in like this ice, you know, kind of sphere, circle, whatever you want to call it, and it just disappears while his watch is laying on the ground still ticking. And, you know, it kind of makes Asta a little bit mad, saying, you know, life is more than just, you know, sacrificing yourself like that. Pisses him off a little bit there. But, you know, it's a weird thing, you know, it's definitely, you know, a serious moment of why are these guys here? What are their motives? There's still more questions to be asked, you know, throughout Black Clover. And there's one guy that escaped through all this. There's 4 of them, including Heath. And one of, you know, the minions escaped, you know, the actual leader, like, that, behind all of this, that, of course, we're going to see more into Black Clover, because it wasn't just Heath that was the leader of this. You know, he was just kind of like a sidekick kind of dude. Of course, we're going to see more of the leader throughout more of the Black Clover series. And then we get to see that as well, you know, throughout the end of the anime of, you know, that actual leader. And it's the a member of the Golden Dawn. Like, he has a Golden Dawn robe. And I don't remember this much of, you know, the manga or whatever like that. It's kind of cool, you know, watching anime, and after, you know, reading the manga for so long, I haven't, you know, read the manga in quite a while, but it's kind of cool, you know, watching the manga again of who the hell it's going to be. I think if I do remember or something like that, or if I can give an opinion, since it is a Golden Dawn member, I'm thinking it's just the leader. That's the only thing I could say about who the hell it is, or maybe someone else in the Golden Dawn. Just we just know that it's somebody from, of course, that team of the Magic Knights. And then after all this speculation, I didn't know it was gonna happen. I thought the mayor actually passed out. We actually get a sad scene in this anime. I feel like it's like the first death. You know, we've seen death in this anime here now, and we see the mayor, he actually died right here protecting his people. And, you know, his grandson and granddaughter are talking to Magna, Noelle, and Asta about him defending the village all by himself before, you know, they came along and helped them. So it's kind of, you know, a cool heroic moment right there. I'm actually surprised that Magna didn't cry about here, just because, you know, when I talked about last episode and the flashbacks that we got from Magna, that the mayor was kind of a father figure to him. You know, him teaching Magna more of his power and getting into the Magic Knights. And we see more flashbacks in this episode as well of Magna actually like getting into the Black Bulls. It doesn't say him getting into the Black Bulls, but him joining the Magic Knight and the village being proud of him. And that's kind of a thing for, you know, Austin, you know, as well, of them going to the Magic Knights and the village being happy about them. So it's kind of, you know, a back and forth thing that we've seen before, but still a cool and sad moment. Afterwards, we see Nero, I think is the bird's name is. I think it's Nero. I could be totally wrong on that, but we see him getting the magic stone that, you know, the ice dudes that Heath were going for throughout this episode, because the magic stone is used for this leader, one of the Golden Dawn members, to resurrect somebody more and more powerful, but they need all the magic stones to do it. So we see Nero getting this magic stone for the Black Bulls or for Asta, and just having it in his mouth, you know, banging Asta in the head, telling him that this is a powerful thing. So, you know, kind of a funny and cool segment right there, but at least they got the magic stone for them and not in the enemy's hands. But we're going to definitely see more in the anime of what the stone is actually capable of, why do they need it, and etc. like that. Either than that was today's episode of Black Clover. I definitely loved this episode a lot. You know, it had a lot of the aspects in it, but it's good that we see more of, you know, I don't want to say more serious or whatever, because I know I said that in last week's episode, but in this episode right here, it's just cool to see something different other than, you know, the rest of the anime that we have so far. I know it's only 10 episodes in, but it's still pretty cool of, you know, having a real serious fight, you know, to the death, seeing more characters, more of the villains that we're going to see more in Black Clover in the future, and just everything in all, and more, you know, rep for the Black Bulls, that they actually protected these villagers and that they could actually do something. You know, they're not like lazy cowards or whatever. They could actually do something and be real Magic Knights. But I hope you guys all enjoyed my review. Thank you guys so much for this episode right here, guys. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's definitely an episode right here. I don't want to say it's like one of the best episodes. It is one of the best episodes, but it's definitely an episode where you can go back like every second day, or just if you're bored and want to watch Black Clover waiting for, you know, next week's episode. It's definitely an episode where you can go back to it all the time and not be bored with it. I truly loved it. I think it was a fantastic episode, and it was definitely worth waiting a week for it to come to us. But much love, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And we'll see you guys in next week's episode of Black Clover. Much love, guys, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Peace out.